Matin va agus falchtig an lesson show. Good morning and welcome to this lesson. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to look at going to eat and drink things. This kind of a complex phrase can be tricky to make on your own, but there's just a little trick to getting it just right. Once you understand the trick, it'll be no problem. So these kinds of phrases, going to eat or drink something, pretty useful for everyday conversation, talking about things that are real. I'm gonna have a cup of tea when I get home, that kind of thing. And also it gives you a pattern that's useful for other kinds of complex sentences. Yeah. So if you saw the video about going to do or make something, you'll recognize a lot of this. And we're just repeating that pattern, just like planting seeds in your mind, watering them, so that this just builds an instinct in you. So you just know what looks and sounds and feels right. Yeah. So we're going to take a look at a lot of different examples here so that you understand it and you start to build that instinct. That's really important for Gaelic fluency. Okay, let's get started. So we've got our words going and then eating and drinking right over here. So going is adol, adol. Adol. And this can mean going to a place like going to the store, going home, going to a friend's house. So it can be literal, adol. And it can, it can also mean going to do something as well. So it's a pretty useful word for us, pretty useful action, adol. And my gesture is going like this. This also helps build instinct. And if you do the actions with me, you start to internalize them. You remember them much quicker through muscle memory. Yeah, we remember actions and signs and pictures a lot quicker than words. So that's a secret to improving your Gaelic learning, to really accelerating your acquisition of Gaelic. So feel free to do these actions with me or just watch me. That's fine too. Adol, adol. Nice. A goal, a goal. A goal, a goal, a doll. They sound very similar, don't they? A doll, a goal. So this has a longer O sound. A goal. I'm emphasizing it. You're not going to stretch it out that much in everyday conversation, but just so you hear it. A goal. Nice. And then egicha is eating. Just like that. Egicha, a goal, a doll. Nice. All right. So if you watch that other video about going to make or do things, I think you know what's coming next. Let's take a look at an example so that we see this kind of pattern in action. Then we'll take a look at what the pattern is exactly. So here we go. I'm going to drink what? I'm going to drink a cup of tea. Classic. There we go. So let's look at the individual parts here. Okay. Hami, adol, agol, kuchpeti. Done. Just like that. So we could put anything here. Hami, adol, agol, hami, adol, agol, coffee lacher. Whoa, funky. Leva, hami adol, arol, coffee lacher, coffee lacher. kuchbeti. That's a cuppa. Yeah. Hami adol agol kuchbeti. Leva. Hami adol agol coffee lacher. Oh, hami ski. Hami ski. Agus hami adol agol coffee lacher. Coffee lacher. Leva. Let's get our coffee lacher in here. Look at that. Lacher. Gle lacher. That's all we do. Hami adol, agol, whatever it is. Kuchbeti, coffee lacher, ushka, etc. Nice. So let's say it's a snow day, can't go to work. Oh no, gotta have a duvet day, a cozy day inside where you're warm. Oh, it's a blizzard outside. Well, what are you going to do? Well, hami adol agol kuchbeti, agus hami adol a yicha vriskachin. Leva, briskachin, cookies or biscuits, whichever you prefer. Let's get another picture here. Chocolate chip again. Leva, hami adol a yicha vriskachin. Oh, adol a yicha. This is adol agol. Got my hand signals mixed up. Hami adol a yicha vriskachin. Nice. I'm going to eat cookies. So the whole phrase, what you're going to do, because it's a really cozy snow day, it's blizzard outside, warm inside, hami adol agol coffee lacher, agus hami adol a yicha vriskachin. Gleva. So that's how we combine it into a long sentence like that. We just put agus here. Nice. Okay, so looking at the individual parts, hami adol agol, and whatever it is, hami adol a yicha, whatever it is. But why is there an H here? Kuchbeti doesn't change. Coffee lacher doesn't change. Why does briskachin change to vrish? Why does briskachin change to vriskachin? Why? There's a V sound. What happened? Well, it's just how the grammar of this kind of sentence works. Because here we're saying of cookies. I'm going to eat of cookies. And it sounds kind of strange when you put it that way, when you translate it literally. I'm going to eat of cookies. But Gaelic is just being very clear about what's going to be eaten. If it's a cookie, hami adol a yicha briskach. Done. If I'm going to have a cup of tea, hami adol a rol kuchbeti. Done. But if it's more than one, the grammar changes a little bit. Yeah, so that's part of the trick. Let's take a look at that right over here. Let's write it out so it's clear what's happening. So there's two parts to our trick. The first part you've seen already, adol and agol and agicha, they combine, right? They make one phrase. They combine. Adol agol. Adol ayicha. Done. Nice. It's always going to be like that. Yeah. The second part that's a little trickier is that plurals, so more than one of things, cars, houses, cookies, pieces of cake, sandwiches, those are all plural. So plurals are in the genitive. If you've been studying Gaelic for a little while, you've probably heard of this. You've seen it too. And this is just a fancy way of saying of. So in English we have very few ways of saying of. Yeah, but Gaelic has many different ones actually. And it all depends on, the word that it's of that word and the situation, the grammatical situation. So we'll get into those another time. But all you need to know here is that plurals of any kind of word, right? Cookies, sandwiches, pieces of cake, they're going to be in the genitive, so the grammar will change. Plurals are actually pretty easy. You just lenite if possible. That's all you do. And that's it. Yeah. Hamiadol ayicha vriskachin. And why is that happening? It's because we're saying of cookies. I'm going to eat of cookies. We're being very clear about what we're going to eat. That's it. That's it. Nice. So our two parts. We're going to see this again and again. So let's get some more examples here so this feels more natural. Let's see. Hami adol ayicha vriskachin. Ooh, what if you want to add a little bit more information? I want to eat cookies, well, that's a different one. I'm going to eat cookies today. Yeah. Ooh, I'm going to drink strong coffee and I'm going to eat cookies today. That's my plan for today. Leva. Where do you put today in this whole thing? It's actually easy. It comes at the very end. Anju. Hami adol agol kofilacher anju. Anju comes right here. Nice. Hami adol agol kuchpeti anju. Cleva. Hami adol ayicha vriskachin anju. Cleva. Going back to our wonderful situation, our cozy day, blizzard outside, so nice inside. Hami adol agol kofilacher, or kuchpeti, no kuchpeti. Agus hami adol ayicha vriskachin anju. Cleva. Nice. But what if you're going to eat cookies, or what if you're going to have coffee in bed? That's one wonderful thing on a snow day. Where does that come? Where does that come? Just like anju, it's at the end. Yeah. Hami adol agol kofilacher ountzen liapi. Oh, cleva. Agus hami adol ayicha vriskachin ountzen liapi. Mind the crumbs. And with liapi, maybe you haven't seen this word, or maybe you have. There's a strange sound at the beginning. There's a Y sound. Liapi. There's no Y, but it's between the L and the E. Liapi. This is a E. So that's how you get that word just right. Liapi. 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 Let's do a full here. Ounce and liapi. Ounce and liapi. Hami adol ayicha vriskachin ounce and liapi. Hami adol agol kuchpeti ounce and liapi anju. So we can keep adding on extra details at the end. Yeah. We can keep piling them on. What else could we do? Anju, or ounce and liapi, or kola rikarich. Hami adol arol coffee lacher kola rikarich. I'm going to have strong coffee with a friend. Yeah. Hami adol a yicha vriskachin kola rikarich. Leva. Or kola mo moheloch. Hami atol a yicha vriskachin konleri moheloch. Or konleri karich. Yeah, gleva. So we can add in all kinds of extra details. They just come after this adol, arol, when whatever it is. Yeah. Nice. All right, what else could we do? What about some questions? Who is going to drink strong coffee? Who? Koha. Dol arol. Koha dol arol kuchbeti. No. Coffee lacher. Cool. And then if you respond, Callum's going to drink strong coffee. Ha Callum adol arol coffee lacher. No, ha Callum adol arol kuchbeti ounce and liapi anju. Gleva. All kinds of combinations that you can make. Nice. So this is how we put in someone's name, too. So Callum is going to drink a cup of tea. Ha Callum adol arol kuchbeti. Callum's going to eat cookies. Ha Callum adol a yicha vriskachin. Nice. And what if he's not? Callum's not going to have strong coffee. Chaniel Callum adol arol coffee. He's not going to drink coffee. Chaniel Callum adol a yicha vriskachin. Chaniel. Nice. So we can use people's names. We could use me or you or him or her, them, us. It uses the exact same kind of sentence. We just change a little detail. Nice. Ko hadol arol coffee lacher. Chaniel Callum. Let's see. What if there's like cookies left over? Are you going to eat the cookies? Or should I throw them out? The horror. Yeah, are you going to eat the cookies? Avel u a yicha, whatever it is. So let's say, are you going to eat cookies? Avel u dol a yicha vriskachin? Just cookies in general. Ha for yes. Ha mi dol a yicha vriskachin. Ha. Or chanil. Chanil. Chanil mi dol a yicha vriskachin. Chanil. Ha mi dol a rol kofilacher. Gleva. Yeah. So this is how you respond to this kind of question. Are you going to? Yeah. Are they going to? Is Callum going to? Avel Callum adol a yicha vriskachin? Ha Callum adol a yicha vriskachin. Or Chanil Callum adol a yicha vriskachin. Chanil. Yeah, nice. But what if it's the cookies? Like there's specific cookies, maybe leftovers from a party, you want to make sure they're eaten or you're going to throw them out. What are you going to do? The cookies. Something happened there. Tricky. Avel u dol a yicha nam briskachin. What's going on there? Of the cookies. Yeah. Remember up here we saw of cookies? Hami dol a yicha vriskachin. Those are just cookies. They're not specific ones. But these are the cookies. But the same thing happens. It's the same grammar change. Avel u dol a yicha nam briskachin. Are you going to eat of the cookies? Hami dol a yicha nam briskachin. So what's going on here? In part 2 of our trick, we saw that plurals are in the genitive, right? That's why the grammar is different. But it's a plural, but it's also the. So plurals and words with the are in the genitive. The. So another example. Are you going to eat the cake? Are you going to eat the sandwich? Are you going to eat... Well, are you going to eat the dinner? Gaelic likes to put the on things. So are you going to eat dinner? Yeah, that kind of thing. So if it's the anything. The sandwich, the salad, the soup. Soup and sandwich with a side salad. The coffee, are you going to drink the coffee? All of those have the in them. And sometimes it's the and a plural, like the cookies. So this definitely happened, this grammar change. Yeah, this is going to happen. So it's with plurals, like cookies, sandwiches, bowls of soup, that kind of thing. And then any word with the. Doesn't have to be a plural. So that's an important thing to get used to. And it'll become more natural. The more you see it, the more you try it out yourself. And be kind with yourself. It's not easy to do at first. So do your best, and then, give yourself a pat on the back, well done, and then maybe do even a little bit better next time. Yeah. Gleva. Nice. So here's how this pattern works, going to eat or drink something. It's pretty similar to going to do or make something. So if you watch that video, we're reinforcing more of that here. And we're going to do another one soon. Gleva. So this is how the pattern works, so that you can get this kind of sentence, just right. And when you get it just right, it's very impressive. And it makes you sound more like a native speaker. Yeah, so have fun with this. Play around with it. Give it a try. Tell people what you're going to eat and drink, what you're not going to eat and drink. Be very chatty about that. Just give it a go. All right. Thanks for joining me for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Chitty, chitty, chitty.